Hello kids, welcome to another episode of Scratch. It's still your Scratch tutor, Ijoma. So today we are going to be looking at events and animations. Okay, let's begin. So what you're going to learn today, understand event-driven programming, how things can happen when specific events like pressing a key or clicking the green flag occur. Okay. We are also going to learn how to animate a sprite, how to change costume, colors, and sizes to make your sprite look like it's moving. Okay? And you're also going to make your sprite dance with sound effect, make your animation more fun, lively with sounds. Alright? So, we are going to learn how to play your project with clicking the green flag, pressing a key, and clicking a sprite. Alright, so as you can see on the screen, the first step we are going to take is we are going to click on the green flag, then we'll drag and drop it in the script area. Alright, so the second step is we are going to click on the motion blocks and we're going to drag the move 10 steps block and we'll drop it in the script area. So now we're going to our Scratch interface to go and perform the action. So now let's go to our event blocks. Here is our event blocks. And then here is when green flag is clicked. We'll drag and drop it here. Then we'll go to our motion blocks. We'll click on move 10 steps. We'll drag and we'll drop it right here. Okay, so let's see what happens when we click on the green flag. Here is your green flag. Let's click on it. Can you see? Each time I click on the green flag, the cat is moving. You see that? All right, let's go back to our slide. Okay, this is the action we just performed. Okay, so now we are going to learn how to use spacebar key on your keyboard to start a project. Okay, so the steps we are going to take is, firstly we are going to go to our event blocks, then we'll choose when space key is pressed. We'll drag and drop it in the script area as you can see here. Okay, and the second step we are going to take is we'll go to our sound, then we'll look for play sound mail until done. As you can see here, we'll drag the block and we'll drop it right here in the script area under when space key is pressed. Okay, so now we are going to our Scratch to go and perform the action. Okay, so we are done with this project. We'll click here to open a new project. This is how you can open a new project. And here you can load from your computer, and here you can save to your computer. Like here now, if I want to save this project that we just finished, I'll click save to your computer. You see that? It just saved to my computer. Okay, so now we'll click here to open a new project. All right, so now we'll go to our event blocks. We'll drag when space key is pressed. We'll drag and we'll drop. Then we'll go to our sound block. Okay, and we'll pick this block. We'll drop it here. Okay, all right, let's play our project. You click on your spacebar key as you can see on the slide to see what happened. Can you hear that? Our cat just made a sound. Okay, that's it. Let's go back to our slide to see what next we have. Okay, so this is where you clicked. You click here to make the cat make a sound. So let's see our next project. Now we're going to learn how to use when sprite is clicked to start a project. Let's look at the steps we'll be taking. The first step We'll go to our event blocks. We'll look for when the sprite clicked, and then we'll drag the block from there to the script area, as you can see here. Then the second step we're going to take is this. We'll go to our looks block. Then we'll select say hello block. Okay, we'll drag it and we'll drop it in our script area. All right. Now let's go to our Scratch to see what we have done. Okay, let's create a new project. Okay, so now we are going to look for, go to event blocks, click on it. Then we'll look for when the sprite clicked. All right. Okay, then we'll go to looks block. We'll click on it. And then we'll look for say hello. We'll drag it and we'll drop it here. Okay. So now we are going to click on our sprite to see what happens. Let's click on it. You see that I clicked on the cat and it said hello. Okay. So now let's go back to our slide. This is what we just did now. So our next project is this. Let's create a simple animation. But before then, I would like to tell you what animation is all about. Animation is when you make something look like it's moving by changing its costume, size, or color over time. Alright? How to animate a sprite? You can animate your sprite by changing its costume, like frames in your cartoons, changing its size, like making it grow or shrink, changing its color, like making it look different. Okay, so now these are the steps we are going to take to animate our sprite. So the first step, you go to your sprite library. You can see this sprite icon here. You click on it to select the sprite you are going to be using. And the sprite we'll be using for this particular project is Ivory Working. As you can see, when you click on your sprite library, you will see this interface. Then you click on Ivory Working. Then the third step we're going to take is you go to your backdrop area. You click here. You see where my mouse is hovering? You click there. Okay. Then it will open up the backdrop library for you. Then you choose blue sky, because we're going to use blue sky for this particular project. Okay. Then the step 5, you go to your event blocks. You click on when green flag clicked. You drag and drop it in the script area. Then the step 6, you go to your controls block. You click on forever loop and you drag and drop. So in our next class, I'll be teaching you what loop is all about. Okay, so you understand how loop works. Okay, so you drag and drop it here. Then our step 7, you go to your looks block. You look for next costume. You drag and drop it right here inside the forever loop, not under. This time around, you are going to place it inside the forever loop. Then the step 8, you go to your motion blocks. You drag, move 10 steps. You drag and drop it right inside the forever loop, as you did with the next costume. Okay, so the step 9, you go to your controls block. Okay, you look for wait 1 second. You drag and you drop it inside the forever loop. All right, and then after that, we'll play our project to see what happens. So now we're going to our Scratch to go and practicalize what I just showed you. All right, let's create a new project. New. Okay, so now we'll go to our sprite area as I showed you in our slide. We'll click on it, then we'll come here, we'll look for average working. You see it, we'll click on it. Yeah, average is here. But before then, we need to delete this card because we're not going to be using it for this particular project. So let's delete. Yes, all right. Then we'll go to our backdrop area. We'll click on it and we'll look for blue sky backdrop. It's right here. Then we'll click on it. Our backdrop is here on our stage. Let's place Avery here. All right. I think Avery is too big, so we're going to reduce her size. Okay. If you want to reduce the size of your sprite, you come here. You see where my mouse is, right? You click here. Then the size is 100. Let's make it 80. 80. See. Whoa, Avery have reduced. Let's place her back. Yeah, that's it. Okay, now we're going to animate. We'll click on event block. We'll drag when green flag is clicked. And we'll drop it here. Then we'll go to our controls. We'll click on forever loop. We'll drag and we'll drop it under here. Okay, can you see that? So step 3, we'll go to our looks block. Okay, we'll look for next costume. We'll drag and we'll drop. So this next costume is what's going to make Avery walk. Okay, without this he's only going to move. Don't worry, I'm going to show you what I mean. Then you come to motion blocks. You click on move 10 steps. You drop it here. And then we'll go to our controls block. We look for wait 1 second. Okay, and then we'll drop. Let's play our project and see. You see what's happening? Avery is walking too slowly and we don't want that. Okay, so we'll come right here and we'll stop our project because the red button is for stopping our project. Let's stop and then let's take her back to this place. Okay, then we'll come here. She's walking too slowly because our wait block is 1 second, so she waits for 1 second before taking another step. That's changing costume. Then we need to reduce it. Let's reduce it to 0.3. 0.3 is okay. Let's see. All right, Avery is working properly now. Can you see that? All right, let's stop and let's get her back. Okay, so now when we remove this, if we remove the chain, the next costume, let's see what happens without the next costume. You see, Avery is just moving. She's not walking, she's only moving. But when we add the next costume, she will start walking. Okay, let's take her back. Then place it back. Then the move 10 steps is what's making her move. Okay, it's making her change position to move forward. Okay, let's play and see. You see, she's just walking, but she's not moving. She's walking at a pace. Okay, she's walking one place, she's not moving because we removed the move 10 blocks. So that's the function of the move 10 steps. Then let's take it back and then she'll start walking properly. You see, now she's moving. You see that? Let's stop. And now on the forever loop, let me show you what the forever loop does. When you remove the forever loop, okay, now let's play and see what happens without the forever loop. You see, without the forever loop, you have to keep clicking on the green flag for Avery to take a step. You see that? When I click on the green flag, Avery will take a step. And we don't want that to happen. We just want to create a project, animate it for it to be functioning without us keep clicking on the button or green flag. So that's the function of the forever loop. It makes our project keep running forever. Okay, so let's place it back. And then we are going to bring Avery back here. Oh, can you see that? So we're going to expand our project to get a better view of it. As you can you see where I'm hovering? That's it. You click right there to expand your project. So let's click on it. Can you see? You're getting a better view of your project. Let's click on the green flag and see what happens. Avery is working. That's wonderful. All right. Let's go back to our slide to see what we have next. All right. Our next project, we're going to make our sprite dance. Okay, let's make our sprite dance to a drum sound. So let's look at the steps we are going to take. Okay, so what is animation with sound? Because we're going to add sound to this. We're going to make our sprite dance to the sound. So now listen. Animation with sound means adding sound to your project to make it more exciting. In Scratch, you can make your sprite dance by changing its costume, moving it around, and adding sounds to make everything more lively and fun. Okay? So now, the first step we are going to take for this project is to choose a sprite. Just as we did in the Avery animation, you do the same here. You come to this place where my mouse is hovering, the sprite icon here, you click on it, and then you choose ballerina. We are going to use ballerina for this particular project. Okay, so we'll move to the next step. We're going to choose our backdrop here. You come to this icon right here, then you click on it and you choose a theater backdrop, because we're going to use a theater backdrop for this particular project. Okay, so now the first step we're going to take in the coding is when green flag clicked. Okay, you go to your event blocks and then you drag and drop in your script area. Then the next step, you go to your sounds block, you drag and drop start sound. Okay, you drop it right here. Then the next step, you go to your controls and you look for repeat 10 times, but it's written here repeat 10. That means you want your project to repeat 10 times. You drag and drop it in the script area. Then the next step, you go to your looks and you look for next costume. You drag and drop it right inside the repeat block. Okay, then the next step, you go to your controls, you look for wait 1 second, you drag and drop it right inside your repeat loop. Okay, and then the next step, you are going to look for your change color effect by 25. Okay, you look for your looks block, it's right there. You drag and drop it inside your repeat block. Okay, so now we're going to our Scratch app to practice what I just taught you. Okay, now we're going to create a new project. Okay, all right. We'll not be needing this card for this particular project, so let's delete the card. Yes. All right, let's go to our sprite library and look for ballerina. She's right here. They say, and she have multiple costumes. Can you see that? Can you see that? All right, let's click. All right, ballerina is on the stage now. Let's go to our backdrop library to choose a backdrop. Just as I showed you in our slides, let's look for theater backdrop. Where is theater backdrop? It's right here. Let's click on it. Now it looks like ballerina is on the stage. Can you see? Now we're going to make her dance. Okay? So let's go to our code. Okay? Let's go to events. We'll click on when green flag clicked. We drag and drop it here. Then we'll go to our sound. We look for start sound. We'll place it under here. But here, we only have pop here as our sound. And we have so many sounds in the sound library. See, we only have pop. So what are we going to do? We are going to click on our sounds to choose the drum sound that we're going to use for this project. Let's click on the sound. All right. Then you come right here. Can you see what I'm doing? You come right here, you click here. You see we have so many sounds in the sound library, as you can see. We have so many sounds, and you can also create your own sound. You can also upload your sound if you don't want to use the one that is already there in the scratch. Okay? So, you see, can you hear? Okay, when you hover on it, you hear the sound. This one is the part. You see? You see? You see? Okay, now we're looking for drum, the drum sound. Let's type drum here to search for it. It's right here. Can you hear that? That's the sound we're going to use. So let's click on it. Then we'll go back to our project. Okay, so now that we have chosen it, it's supposed to be here. Let's click on the point down arrow. Our drum sound is here. You see? Then we'll change the pop to drum. You see that? Okay, now we'll go to our controls. Click on the controls. Look for repeat. Just as I showed you in our slide, we'll drag and we'll drop it under the start sound block. You see that? Okay? And now we are going to look for our looks block. We want to look for our looks block. We look for next costume. We drag and we drop it here. And we look for our controls. Let's click on controls. And we pick wait 1 second. Drag and drop it here. 1 second is too much. It's going to make ballerina slow, and we don't want that. So let's change it to 0.2 or 0.3. Let's try 0.2 and see what happens. Then we'll go to our looks block. And we'll look for change color effect by 25. This block is going to make ballerina change color while dancing, and to make our project more fun. Okay, so we'll drag and drop it right here. You can see. All right, I think our code is ready like this. So let's play and see. Ooh, can you see that ballerina is dancing? You see, she danced 10 times and she stopped because we set it to be 10 times. So if you want her to dance 20 times, you can also add it here. You type in 20 times here, or 40, 50, any amount of time you want her to dance for, you can change it here. So now let's just add 20. I think that will be fine. 20. Let's play. Oh, you see that? She danced 20 times and she stopped. Okay, So now we can expand our project to get a better view. You see, let's click on the green flag. Click on it. Whoa, you see she's changing color while dancing. So for each time you want her to dance, you can always click the green flag and she'll start dancing. Okay, you can stop and you can start. Stop. All right, let's go back to our slides. Okay, so we just performed this last step, and then, whoa, this is the end of our class. This is the end of our class. Okay, so in our next class we are going to be looking at loops. I'll introduce you to loops and simple interactions. Okay, till then, keep scratching and see you in our next class. Bye.